In ninth place is the granddaddy of the modern assault rifle. A weapon so revolutionary, its existence was kept secret from Hitler.
Sturmgewehr 44. Type, semi or fully automatic assault rifle. Country of origin, Germany. Caliber, 7.92 by 33 millimeter. Cartridge capacity, 30 rounds. Muzzle velocity, approximately 2,133 feet per second. Rate of fire, 500 rounds per minute.
By the eve of the Second World War, most countries realized that the nature of infantry combat had changed. Battles were being fought at closer ranges and in urban settings such as towns and cities. As a result, German tacticians were struggling with a problem. What weapon should our troops be using?
You need something that you can put lots of volume down, but that you can control. They want something that can punch harder than a submachine gun, but which can fire more than a bolt-action rifle.
The weapon the Germans conceived was called the MP44, and it had a new caliber of bullet.
It wasn't a pistol caliber, which would have made it a submachine gun, and it wasn't a full-powered rifle caliber. They just took their 7.92 cartridge, they roughly cut it in half.
It's an intermediate cartridge, and it's used basically for what they call spray and pray. Instead of bullets having your name on it, they come out to whom it may concern.
The lighter bullet created for the rifle meant that the soldiers could carry more rounds with them. It also allowed the weapon to be fired on automatic with a reasonable degree of accuracy. The thinking was sound, but before full production could proceed, the men behind the weapon would have to get the Führer's blessing.
Hitler, having been in the trenches in the First World War, had his own ideas, and perhaps wrong ideas, about what the soldier needed on the modern battlefield. And he didn't think that pursuit of an intermediate round, something stronger than a submachine gun, was really needed. So for whatever reasons went on in Hitler's crazed head, he stopped the project.
The project had been vetoed by the all-powerful Führer. But in an extraordinary act of defiance, the men behind the weapon continued the project in secret.
What they did was to disguise this fact from Adolf Hitler. They called it a machine pistol, which was the standard nomenclature of their submachine gun. But it wasn't a submachine gun. It was something entirely different.
After successful tests, the weapon went into full production. When fielded, it had an immediate effect on the battlefield.
There's a tremendous fear factor from this weapon. When an enemy saw it for the first time, they saw a weapon that was very space-age.
5,000 of them were dropped into an isolated German unit that was behind Russian lines, and this German regiment fought its way right through the Russian army to get out, using this incredible firepower.
The MP43 was a success, but its existence couldn't be kept secret from Hitler forever. In 1943, he was inspecting troops on the Eastern Front. He asked his generals what they needed more of. The answer? More MP43s.
He goes, "What's that?" So they showed it. He went, "Didn't I tell you not to do that?" And they went, yeah, boss. Not a good thing to do with Adolf Hitler, because he had a habit of shooting people that disagreed with him.
But when he's demonstrated the weapon, he realizes, finally, its utility on the modern battlefield. Hitler also realizes he has the capability here for a propaganda win, and he renames the weapon the Sturmgewehr 44, literally the storm weapon 44, or the assault rifle 44.
The term assault rifle would become the name by which all future weapons firing intermediate rounds would be known. The Sturmgewehr came too late to save Germany from defeat, but its groundbreaking design did point the way to future weapon development. As a result, it scores top marks for innovation. Handling and combat effectiveness also rate high. But with a service length of just 2 years and limited accuracy, the Sturmgewehr places 9th in our list.